Shalom, welcome back to Lula's Lighthouse. I'm Kalula, and today we're going to be making a toddler size garment. You can make this in a men's size, but I'm going to just show you a basic, simple, quick vest-like garment. I made one in my other video, might not have been explaining well enough, so I'm going to try to go step by step and try not to stutter. You guys, I'm the worst with communicating and giving instructions and details, but I do want to help our nation any way I can. So yeah, also if you want to purchase a garment from me, you can do that, as well as buy these earrings from me on my website. So stay tuned. First, I want to make a disclaimer. All the things that you're seeing is done on a regular sewing machine, not an embroidery machine, not a serger machine. I will level up to that eventually, but even when I do that, the videos that I will put out are going to be done on regular machines. I may have a few on other machines, but because I know the most of us can afford a regular sewing machine, I want to keep it where everyone can have something that they can afford and can make these projects themselves. Alright, so yesterday, me and my sister Naomi, we had a sewing session, and I was able to teach her how to make this nice garment. I'm about to make my son one. We're using the same colors. So I have this beautiful fabric right here. It's 100% nice. It's very thin though. But it's not thin where you can't see through it. You can't see through it like you could with other ones, but it is thin as in you might have to raise the tension on your sewing machine. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a front and a back piece. Now, I'm doing this without a pattern. If you have a pattern, just cut all your pieces out, and it's really, really simple. But because I don't have a pattern, I'm going to use an old t-shirt that my son has. So now I have just like this plain t-shirt that my son wears. It's in a 2T. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a vest. So I don't need the sleeves. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply tuck the sleeves inside the shirt. So it's set up like this. Once you're completed tucking in the shirts, sleeves, you should have this. And also, if you already have a vest shirt, you can just use that, and that'll probably be a lot more simpler. But because I don't have one at the moment in his size, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the sleeves in. So I already went ahead and cut the back piece. I extended it longer than the shirt, and I'm also going to show you how I left a couple of inches around for a seam allowance and all that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So right here, I left some space around the edges, and that's for just seam allowances. So when you're sewing, if you make it the exact same size as that shirt, when you're sewing those edges together, it might actually be smaller than what you think. So you want to leave a little bit of room. And I also extended it longer because I wanted it to be longer than a t-shirt. And also I'm folding it in half to let you know that I did make it symmetrical. So I'm using this back piece and I am tracing it. You can pin it and just cut it that way, but I choose to just make little dots and do a little cut as I go. So that's what I'm doing here. Amazing. All right, so this is the back piece and this is the front piece. And so with the front piece right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it open. This is a jacket. I'm going to simply cut it open, and yeah, so you can either fold it down the middle, but if you feel like you got it centered and you can do it, go ahead and start cutting. All right, so my fabric is cut down the middle. I then have this gold bias tape. It is 100% polyester. And I'm going to use this as the trim, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but with bias tape, you easily just open it up and then stick the fabric in. Now this is what I do to save a whole bunch of extra steps, especially because usually when I make feast day garments, I really don't wear them that many times afterwards. It's like every feast day you want to wear something different. You don't want to wear the same thing. So because of that, it's up to you if you want to hem this and then put it in. But because of the bias tape, I just usually just stick it in there and go ahead on down and I'm good. But let me come back because you know right now this is off the top of my head. I'm going to see what I'm going to do and I'll be right back. So I've just been playing, getting an idea of what I want to do. I really like this remnant. I just like gold and I just feel like the more the merrier. I have this which is iron on. I might not use this, but I am going to insert my sister Naomi's outfit where we had used an iron on to do the thing, and you'll see if you want to use an iron on you can. Not really knowing if I'm feeling this or not, but I'm thinking about putting 2 gold strips at the end of this, rock it with some gold fringes. He is young, so I might have to shorten this up a little bit because these are some big boy fringes. And this nice little remnant, but I also want to use this for like the armhole and maybe the neck, so I might just go ahead on and use all of that. But this is just my idea. Whenever you are making a garment, kind of sketch out on a piece of paper what kind of ideas you want, so that way you're not looking confused and not knowing what you want to do. So this is half of the front piece. This is going to be the arm, this is the neck, and then the opening of the jacket. So what I'm going to go ahead on and do is I'm going to go ahead and do the arm with this bias tape. If you don't want to use bias tape or you don't want any kind of thing like that, you can easily just hem the armhole. I will actually maybe, I don't know if I'm going to turn this into a sewing channel, but it's probably going to turn into one. But maybe Lord's will, I can show you guys how to hem another time using a basic sewing machine. I'm going to go ahead on and set this up. Now this is a curve and this is straight, so it's kind of like you're forcing it to turn, but that's what I do when I sew this on. Let me change out my thread. And also you want your thread to match. Right now I have blue thread in, and that's a no-go, so I'm going to go ahead on and switch to some gold. I'll be back. Now positioned to this left side, I have my fabric where it's hanging out to this end, because if you have it facing in here, you can easily get confused and everything. So I always try to keep my fabric on the outside of the machine. And you just start sewing. Now you can backstitch if you want, but because I know I'm going to have to fold this top piece up here, I'm not going to backstitch. But to properly sew, you would backstitch. Is what my arm looks like. It has just a simple line going across. Nothing major, and that's just that one piece. Now I can go ahead on and add this, but I'm actually going to add this last because the way I like my neck to lay is a little different. I also, on the front, I told you I wanted to have this gold going straight across, so I'm going to go ahead on and place that on there. And so I put this right here. It's pinned up as you see, so that way I can make sure it's something that I like. think that would be cute. And then on the sides, I think I'm gonna put in this little gold right here around the edges. And yeah, so this is kind of like the layout that I like. This is why I always pin things on to see how it looks. I like how it's looking. For your thread for this is also 100%, because I know that you can buy them everywhere else and sometimes they're mixed or whatever, but just to be extra and let you guys know, this one right here says 100% metallic, so this one is clean. I know at other stores sometimes you can find the same thing and it's mixed, but I made sure I picked up one that was 100%. So anyway, moving on. You can use what thread you think looks good with this. I'm going to use gold, but you could use green. I feel like green would be appropriate as well. But so what I'm doing now is I'm sewing these down. I'm sewing on this side and on this side to keep it down. So I'm going to be close to the edge as I possibly can because I don't want anything to lift up. Complete. What I need to do now is just go ahead on and do this front side. And like I said, I was going to use the bias tape. Still might just put this bias tape, but I kind of want to put this one too. So I'll see how it looks with just the bias tape one first, and then I'll go if I can. So this is it with the bias tape on the front side of the opening. I mean, that's fine, that's basic, but you know, we're going to level up. I mean, this is still very, very basic, but let's get a little bit more bling bling. So I'm thinking, oh snap. How's that look? It's a lot going on, and then the fringes are a lot, but I think it'll look nice. I think it'll look really, really good. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead on and sew this on here before I do the neck part. Straight stitches. These are very, very simple. I'm not doing any zigzag, anything crazy, just simple line stitches. I also wanted to come here really quickly and just show you something, just because I know a lot of people, it's hard to find bias tape that's 100%, but I did get this one at Hobby Lobby, and it's 100% polyester, Hobby Lobby, and it's the metallic, gold metallic. So yeah, y'all, I cannot wait to see my son in this, because look at that, boom. Boom, that is just so cute. So these are the front sides of this outfit. Man, I should have made myself one. I would have been looking so cute in this. All right, so we have the front pieces done. So what I do is I have both front facing pieces. This is the back, this is the front. I have them meet right here and I sew across. I just do a straight stitch across. And because I don't have a serger, I do another fold after I sew, and that's what I do, so that way the frays aren't too bad. You can also zigzag stitch if you want, but I'm just gonna show you my method of how I do it. There's still no seam showing or anything when I'm done, but just remember you have the both front facing pieces touch each other, and then the raw pieces is what you see. So I'm gonna go ahead and go straight across from where these gold pieces meet. Alright, so now I actually am going to backstitch. I'm gonna backstitch multiple times. So what I do is I line it up, and I like to be close to the edge because, like I said, I am going to fold this. But this is also why we have seam allowance and added extra space when we were cutting out our stuff. So I'm just going to do a simple stitch. I actually use a loose stitch just in case I have to take it out on the first one. But I just go ahead and then just do a straight stitch. So we're going to back stitch it, go back forward again. I'm getting to the gold, so I know the gold I'm going to back stitch again. So I'm going to go ahead to the gold, back stitch, go again. Alright, and then I'm done. I have just a simple straight line. And yes, I'm using opposite thread, but I'm doing that so you guys can kind of like see my stitches, so it's more noticeable. Other than that, you would use the colored thread that the garment is so that you can't see the stitches. But alright, so what I do is I start here at the gold, and I'm going to do a line all the way down. I'm actually going to stop right here because I want this part to be open, but it's go straight down. And you are going to back stitch at the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and start sewing. And I back stitch. Also, I'm about to hem the bottom of my garment, which is just basically folding, and then I fold it again, so it's like 2 folds, so that way it'll just be like that when I sew it down. And that's how I'm going to hem this, and then I'm going to put on my fringes because I don't want these flyaways at all on the bottom. I wanted to show you guys these little garments. There's these big boy golds on. I just need to put the blue. I'm out of the thick blue ribbon, and all I have left are like the standard blue, but I want to do the thick shiny blue that matches this on here, so it's only lacking that. But this is what this garment looks like. It's plain in the back, but like I said, you can always, like how I did a trim right here, you can always do it straight across in the back, and that'll give it some kind of flavor. I'm going to put this on him and show you how it looks. Shalom, thank you for watching and staying tuned for my video, and please, even if I stop doing sewing videos, stay subscribed, okay, you guys? I will throw out sewing videos every now and then, but stay tuned to this channel for a lot of how-tos and DIYs from your Israelite sister, Kalula. You can watch your Lulu's Lighthouse.
I got it.
Oh, praises, Justin. Give it here.